You don't have to stay with your medical provider. You can find one that aligns more with your views and values. So, you pay them. So you can pay somebody else. I didn't ask you what you thought about my personal life. What's next? You go talk about the pull-out method? Ma'am, please. I need protection. I'm not trying to have a baby right now. Do you not get? I'm not going to track my cycle by the moon and stars.
This is an Unsolicited Perspectives YouTube exclusive.
All right, Jay, I found this new Reddit of Am I Overreacting? And I thought it was important to read this because, one, women will be able to identify with it. And two, men can learn something.
Yes.
So the title of this Reddit post was, Am I Overreacting? I left my gynecologist because of her comments about birth control. Now, if I just say the title, in our current climate in the world today, what do you think she's talking about?
Yeah. So you really don't know, right? Like, is her gynecologist for birth control, anti-birth control? Or is it just something simple like she prefers a different method over another? Like, I don't know, but you don't have to stay with your medical provider. You can find one that aligns more with your views and values. So, you pay them. So you can pay somebody else. It's fine.
Well, this person left, but let's find out why they left. So here's the post. I'm a 27-year-old female, and I've been seeing the same gynecologist for almost 3 years. She's always been professional during exams, and I've never really had a problem until recently. At my last appointment, I mentioned I was interested in switching birth control methods because the pill hasn't been working well for me. Mood swings, headaches, etc. Instead of talking me through the options, she immediately said, women these days rely too much on medication. If you just lived a healthier lifestyle and tracked your cycle properly, you wouldn't need all these artificial hormones. I kind of froze because that wasn't what I was expecting from a medical professional. I tried to steer the conversation back by asking about an IUD or an implant, but she waved me off and said, those are unnecessary and cause more harm than good. If you are in a committed relationship, you shouldn't need that level of protection anyway. I felt judged and uncomfortable, like she was bringing her personal beliefs into what should have been a straightforward medical discussion. I finished the appointment, but when I got home, I called the clinic and asked to switch providers. A few days later, the gynecologist herself called me and sounded hurt. She said she was disappointed that I didn't trust her judgment and that patients like me are the reason medicine has lost its moral compass. Now I feel a little guilty because she wasn't rude exactly, but her views clearly didn't match what I need in a doctor. So, am I overreacting for dropping my gynecologist because of her opinions on birth control?
No. Like, I get medical professionals, like, it's hard to separate your personal beliefs from your like objective medical opinion and judgment, right? Like, it can be difficult to do that, but you're gonna have to, because listen, I didn't ask you what you thought about my personal life. I'm asking you which medication, because the one I'm currently on is not working for me, which one, IUD or the shot or whatever it is, like, which one can I switch to? I didn't ask you all of this extra. What do you mean? If I'm in a committed relationship, I don't need that level of protection. I'm not trying to have no baby right now. Oh, if you just track your cycle. Okay, what's next? You go talk about the pull-out method? Ma'am, please. I need protection. I'm not trying to have a baby right now. Do you not get? I'm not going to track my cycle by the moon and stars with a abacus and a compass and all kind of. I'm not doing all of that.
I'm probably sure they have an app for it.
Whatever. All I'm saying is I ain't doing all of that. It's not precise, right? Because many things can affect your cycle.
Mhm.
You could be days early, days late. A lot of things can happen. It's not precise. Girlfriend, I don't want to have no babies right now. When I decide I want them, then I will come to you and talk to you about my options regarding that. But until then, you have the right to direct to a certain extent your medical care, right? Like a good case in point was Serena Williams when she had her first child.
Mhm.
She had pulmonary embolisms uh, before, right? So a clot in her lung. She's had it before, so she knows what it feels like, the pain. And she was telling her doctors, "Hey, I want to get checked for this." They were brushing her off.
Mm.
She pushed for it, and guess what? She had a pulmonary embolism. And it saved her life, her pushing for her care, right? And advocating for yourself. This doctor clearly is not aligned with the medical care that you're looking for. She's out there. She works for somebody, right? Just not you. No, you're not overreacting by changing and don't feel guilty. You pay her. What you feeling guilty for? Pay somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't think she's overreacting. Had it just been because I'm a fitness professional, and a lot of times people take medications, and I'm like, yo, if you lived a healthier lifestyle, you could get off those medications, or at least not take
Right.
maximum doses. Like, had she stayed in that
Right.
lane, I'd have been like,
Right.
oh, okay, she's giving you medical advice, whatever. But then when
Right.
she started talking about that personal stuff, I was like, nah,
Yeah.
I got a story. You know me, story
Okay.
time with Bruce.
I know you got a story.
So back when I was young, and I still do, but not as frequently. Back when I was young, I would do a routine STD test, right? Because
Mhm.
I come from the era of HIV scare, right? Magic Johnson
Yeah.
getting it, so TLC telling us to wrap it up the whole 9.
Mhm.
Every 6 months, I'm going to get an STD test. It used to be every year. At one point, it was every year. I switched it to every 6 months because I was wild out here in the
Yeah.
streets.
Plus, the DMV has pretty high rates of STI transmission. So,
DMV and Baltimore, and I was
yeah,
all over the place.
right.
So I typically would choose to have a female doctor to do the administer the STD test because it's
Mhm.
very invasive for men, and
Mhm.
I really don't like men touching my junk. That's hey, look,
That's fair. I've had both male and female gynecologists. Am I more comfortable with a female gynecologist?
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm more comfortable with a female doctor touching my junk.
Yeah.
Well, this one doctor, I go in, I don't know, I had to be like 25, 26. And they were like, are you
Mhm.
sexually active? Yes. Like, how sexually active? I don't really think you really need to know how sexually active. I'm in here getting an STD test
It's
regularly to
yeah.
check my chart. I regularly get this done.
Yeah.
And then she kept
Yeah.
asking me questions and questions, like basically implying that I might be reckless. And I'm like, I'm not being reckless. Being reckless would not be in here right now,
Yeah.
taking
I
care of myself.
wouldn't be in here routinely checking and making sure
Right.
that I'm okay.
So I'm kind of, me being who I am, I don't do no slick shit. Like, you
Right.
can't try to be slick with me. So I'm like,
Right.
I don't really like your tone. I'm coming in here to get this done. Let's just please get this done. So she ended up being really rough. Now, I've
Mm.
had this done several times. Like I said, it's very invasive.
Yeah.
Very invasive. And she was
Yeah.
very rough. And I was pissed. And I complained. And then I was like, I
Mhm.
never want her to be my doctor ever again. And so
Yeah.
that means sometimes that's just the way it's got to be.
Yeah.
They work for you, like you said. No, you're not overreacting by saying, I'm done with this person. Be done. And then go find a medical
Right.
provider that can answer the questions that you actually want to know the answers to.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like obviously you're not like 100% in charge of your medical care, right? Unless you are an actual medical doctor. I wouldn't be telling them, now do my bypass surgery this way. Like, obviously don't
Right.
do that.
Right.
But advocating for yourself, is especially for women, especially for women of color, is very, very important. If you feel like something's wrong, don't let people brush you off. If you feel like they're um insinuating things, right? Or if what their value system isn't aligned with your value system, yeah, you could just find another medical professional. It's okay. Like it's all right. If you go to a barber or hairdresser and they jack your hair up, you're not gonna go back.
No.
It's the same thing. You're gonna find a new hairdresser. It's the same thing. If you told them what you wanted and they gave you something else, you go find somebody new.
Right.
So no, you're not overreacting. You're taking control of your medical care, and that's just fine.
So, question for everybody out there. What do you think? Is she overreacting? Is she underreacting? Have you ever had a situation like that? Leave a comment down in the comment section and we're going to get at you.
Join the conversation and follow the Unsolicited Perspectives podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your audio podcasts.